This video is about the tailor was humiliated but the rich lady offered her a job. If this story inspires you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. In the bustling town of Elderville, where cobblestone streets mingled with the laughter of children playing, lived a humble tailor named Laura. Her shop was a modest space filled with the scent of fabric and the gentle hum of a sewing machine. She had inherited the shop from her father, whose hands had once stitched dreams into every garment they created. Laura loved her craft more than anything. Every stitch was a labor of love, every thread a promise of beauty. However, life had not been kind to Laura lately. The town was facing economic turmoil, and many people, unable to afford new clothes, opted instead to patch their old ones. Business was dwindling, and Laura struggled to keep the lights on. Still, she greeted every customer with kindness, her warm smile radiating a sense of hope. "Every fabric tells a story," she would say, as she worked meticulously to mend and repair. One fateful afternoon, a wealthy lady named Lady Vivian entered the shop, her air of arrogance palpable. She was known in town not just for her wealth, but for her sharp tongue and disdain for those she deemed below her. Dressed in fine silks and adorned with sparkling jewels, she was the last customer Laura expected to walk through her door. "Are you the tailor?" Lady Vivian asked, her tone dripping with condescension. Laura straightened her back and nodded, trying to suppress the flutter of nerves in her stomach. "I need a dress for the upcoming gala," the lady announced, eyeing Laura's humble workspace with disdain. "But I doubt someone like you can do justice to such an important occasion." Laura felt a pang of humiliation, but she steadied her breath. "I would be honored to create a dress for you, my lady," she replied, her voice a blend of determination and softness. "Please tell me your vision." Lady Vivian scoffed, an expression of disbelief crossing her face. "Do you even have the skills? Have you heard of your shop? That's hardly a reputable place." Laura felt her heart sink, the weight of the lady's words heavy on her soul. But she refused to back down. "I have a passion for my work, and I will do my best to meet your expectations," she assured her. After a few more pointed remarks, Lady Vivian reluctantly agreed to let Laura take on the job, if only to prove her wrong. "Very well, I'll return in a week. If it is not perfect, I will make sure everyone knows what a fraud you are," she declared with a wave of her hand, leaving Laura alone in her shop, trembling with a mix of anger and determination. As the days went by, Laura threw herself into the task. She sketched designs, selected vibrant fabrics, and poured her soul into every stitch. The townsfolk, seeing her struggle, offered words of encouragement. "You can do it, Laura, your talent is unmatched," they would say, but self-doubt crept in like a thief in the night. The night before the dress was due, Laura burned the midnight oil, her fingers sore but her spirit unyielding. As she worked, memories of her father flooded her mind, reminding her of the sacrifices he made to keep their dreams alive. "He taught me to believe in myself," she whispered into the stillness of the night. The clock struck 2 when she finally draped the beautifully finished dress over a mannequin. It was a magnificent creation, flowing like water and sparkling like stars. Laura gazed at it, tears brimming in her eyes. "I did it," she breathed, the weight of her worries lifting for the first time in weeks. But as dawn broke, and the sun poured its golden light into her shop, self-doubt crept back in. What if Lady Vivian didn't like it? What if she humiliated her again? With a heavy heart, Laura dressed the mannequin in a delicate veil and hung a sign outside her shop, "Custom dress for Lady Vivian, ready for the gala." The moment Lady Vivian entered the shop, Laura's heart raced. The lady's gaze swept over the dress, and an inscrutable expression crossed her face. "Is this it?" she asked, her voice cold. Laura nodded, holding her breath as she gestured towards the gown. "This is my creation, my lady." Lady Vivian stepped closer, her eyes narrowing as she examined the intricate details. "It is not terrible," she said begrudgingly, but Laura caught a glimmer of intrigue in her eyes. Encouraged, she explained the inspiration behind each detail, feeling a flicker of hope ignite within her. Just as Lady Vivian began to soften, a loud crash erupted from outside. A group of rowdy men stumbled down the street, their laughter echoing through the air. One of them, drunk and careless, bumped into the door of the shop, sending the mannequin and the exquisite gown crashing to the floor. The dress tore, and Laura felt her heart shatter into 1,000 pieces. "Ah!" Laura cried, rushing to the fallen mannequin. Lady Vivian gasped, her face twisting into an expression of disgust. "What a mess," she scoffed. "You are as incompetent as I thought." Laura's cheeks burned with humiliation, but in that moment she felt something stir within her. "Mistakes happen," she said, her voice steady despite her trembling hands. "I can fix it, I promise." but Lady Vivian turned to leave, her disdain palpable. Just as despair threatened to swallow Alara whole, a commotion erupted in the street. It was the townsfolk, drawn by the noise, rallying around the shop. They witnessed the devastation and immediately rushed in to help. "Don't worry, Alara, we here," one of them shouted, bringing supplies and encouragement. As they worked together, Alara felt a surge of strength. The townsfolk lifted her spirit, reminding her of the beauty of community and resilience. "Not all hope is lost," she whispered to herself, determination igniting as she reached for her sewing kit. The laughter and chatter of the townsfolk filled her heart with warmth. They believed in her, and she couldn't let them down. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Alara worked tirelessly, with the help of her neighbors, to mend the dress. "Together, we can create something even more beautiful," she said, her voice steady. Painful moments of humiliation began to fade, replaced by the strength of those around her. By the time Lady Vivienne returned, the dress was transformed. It shimmered under the flickering candlelight, a symbol of resilience and community. Alara stood tall, pride swelling in her chest. "I present to you the new gown, my lady," she said, her voice unwavering. Lady Vivienne's eyes widened, and for a brief moment Alara caught a glimpse of admiration. I am impressed," she stammered, her tone shifting. But even as she spoke, Alara felt a newfound confidence. She had risen above the humiliation, surrounded by those who believed in her. "Just remember," Alara said, her voice steady, "beauty is created not just in the fabric, but in the hearts of those who support each other." Lady Vivienne's expression softened, and in that moment, Alara knew she had turned a corner. The gala came, and as Lady Vivienne glided into the hall in Alara's creation, the room fell silent. Gasps of admiration followed her, and Alara, standing at the back, felt an overwhelming sense of pride. The evening unfolded like a dream. Lady Vivienne, once cold and dismissive, beamed with joy, her heart touched by the kindness of those around her. Alara's journey had just begun, and she realized that sometimes the greatest triumphs come from the most unexpected challenges. As the night wore on, Lady Vivienne approached Alara. "Thank you for your hard work," she said, her voice softer now. "You've reminded me that kindness is a strength, not a weakness." In that moment, Alara understood the true power of resilience and hope. She had faced humiliation, but it had transformed into something beautiful, a reminder that the human spirit can rise above adversity, lifted by the bonds of community and kindness. And as she smiled at Lady Vivienne, a new chapter of her life began, filled with dreams yet to be stitched. As the gala continued to unfold, whispers of admiration for Lady Vivienne's stunning gown filled the air. Alara stood at the back of the grand ballroom, her heart swelling with pride and disbelief. The dress, crafted from her hands with love and community spirit, had captured the attention of the entire town. "Did you see her?" a woman nearby exclaimed, her voice laced with excitement. "That dress is remarkable. I can't believe the tailor made it." Alara fought against the urge to retreat into the shadows. This was her moment, a culmination of hard work and resilience. She took a deep breath and stepped into the glow of the chandelier light, where the laughter and music danced around her. As she navigated through the crowd, the familiar faces of her neighbors greeted her. Alara called out Mrs. Jenkins, a kind woman who had often brought her leftover fabric scraps. "You've outdone yourself. The gown looks magnificent." "Thank you, Mrs. Jenkins," Alara replied, warmth flooding her chest. "It was a team effort. I couldn't have done it without all of you." "Let us celebrate," shouted a voice from behind. It was Ben, the local baker, who had always been a source of joy in the community. "Join me for a toast." With laughter and camaraderie enveloping her, Alara watched as Lady Vivienne mingled with the guests, the gown shimmering as she moved. The rich lady's demeanor had softened, her laughter ringing like music. Alara's heart filled with hope that, perhaps, kindness could bridge the divide between their worlds. But as the evening wore on, she noticed Lady Vivienne step away from the crowd, a contemplative look in her eyes. Driven by curiosity, Alara followed her. "My lady," she called softly, hesitant. Lady Vivienne turned, her expression unreadable. "Alara," she began, her voice surprisingly gentle. "The dress is beautiful, yes, but it is more than that. You've shown me something vital tonight." Alara's breath caught in her throat. "What do you mean?" "I've spent my life surrounded by luxury, but it is lonely," Lady Vivienne confessed. "I've cared little for the people who make my life comfortable. Seeing you tonight, your spirit, your community, it has made me realize that true strength lies in connection, not wealth." A flicker of understanding passed between them. Alara felt a surge of empathy. "Sometimes it takes a moment of vulnerability to help us see what truly matters," she said softly. I know how hard it is to let people in. Lady Vivienne nodded, emotion brimming in her eyes. I've been so caught up in my own world that I forgot how to appreciate the beauty around me. Thank you for reminding me. Alara smiled, warmth flooding her heart. We all have our struggles, my lady. It is how we overcome them that defines us, she said, her voice steady. And it is never too late to change. As they spoke, the ballroom echoed with laughter and music, but in that moment, it felt as if the world had faded away. Two women, once worlds apart, found common ground in their vulnerability and strength. Days turned into weeks after the gala, and the town of Elderville began to change. Inspired by Alara's resilience, community members came together to support one another. They organized events in the town square, potluck dinners, craft fairs, and storytelling nights where everyone shared their talents and dreams. Alara's shop flourished. The townsfolk flocked to her, eager to show their support. In return, she offered workshops teaching the art of sewing to children and adults alike. Every stitch is a story, she would say, igniting passion in their hearts. One sunny afternoon, as she was setting up her shop for a new workshop, a familiar figure appeared in the doorway. It was Lady Vivienne. Alara, I've come with an idea, she said, excitement dancing in her eyes. What is it? Alara asked, curiosity piqued. I want to host a charity gala, a fundraiser for those who have struggled during this economic downturn. We can highlight local talent, and your designs could be the centerpiece. Lady Vivienne's enthusiasm radiated, a stark contrast to their first encounter. Alara's heart raced. A charity gala for the community? She marveled. Yes, we could showcase artisans, bakers, and musicians from Elderville, a celebration of what makes the stand special. Lady Vivienne replied, her eyes shining with determination. Alara felt a rush of gratitude. I would love to be a part of it, she said, feeling her spirit soar. But we should involve everyone. It is important that this is a collective effort. Agreed, Lady Vivienne smiled, her demeanor warm and inviting. Let us meet with the community and make it happen. As word spread about the charity gala, excitement bubbled through the town. Alara organized sewing circles, where they crafted gowns and suits for the event, while Ben baked treats and Mrs. Jenkins created floral arrangements. Each person contributed their talents, weaving a tapestry of unity. The night of the gala arrived, and Alara's heart raced with a mixture of anticipation and nervousness. The town hall was beautifully decorated, filled with the laughter of friends and the spirit of togetherness. Tables adorned with handmade centerpieces showcased the artistry of the community. As the guests began to arrive, Alara stood at the door, greeting everyone with a smile. Lady Vivienne approached, her gown more elegant than ever. Tonight is magical, she said, glancing around at the bustling room. You've created something extraordinary. We've created something extraordinary, Alara corrected, her voice full of pride. This is a testament to our strength as a community. As the festivities kicked off, Alara took to the stage to share her journey. This evening reflects our perseverance and kindness, she began, her voice steady, and the power of coming together. Tonight, let us lift each other up. The crowd erupted in applause, and Alara felt a swell of hope. They had faced challenges, but together, they had risen. The gala was not just a fundraiser, it was a celebration of the human spirit. As the night wore on, the community came alive with music and laughter. Alara found herself surrounded by friends, each one sharing their dreams and aspirations. I've always wanted to open my own bakery, Ben admitted, a spark of determination in his eyes. And I want to start an art program for kids, another neighbor chimed in. With every shared dream, Alara felt the beauty of the unity. They had transformed their struggles into a tapestry of hope, resilience, and creativity. But the highlight of the evening was yet to come. As the clock struck 10, Alara and Lady Vivienne took center stage to announce the total funds raised. Thanks to all of your generosity, we have raised enough to support local families struggling during this time. Lady Vivienne proclaimed, her voice full of emotion. A wave of applause filled the hall, and tears of joy mingled with laughter. Alara felt a sense of fulfillment wash over her. This was what she had always wanted, a community that supported one another, where kindness blossomed in every heart. After the event, as the last guest departed, Alara and Lady Vivienne stood together, looking out at the remnants of the celebration. Thank you for believing in me, Lady Vivienne said, her voice sincere. I've learned so much from you. Alara smiled, her heart full. And thank you for reminding me of the beauty and kindness. We all have the power to change our stories. As they parted ways, Alara knew this was only the beginning. The tailor who had once felt humiliated had become a beacon of hope and resilience in Elderville. She had stitched together a community, one filled with dreams and aspirations, and it all began with a single thread of kindness. In the months that followed, Laura continued to expand her shop, collaborating with local artisans and using her platform to uplift the community. Together, they faced challenges with laughter and love, weaving their stories into a vibrant tapestry of hope that would inspire generations to come. And in the heart of Elderville, a humble tailor and a once misguided lady found friendship, strength, and the beauty of the human spirit that thrived in resilience, kindness, and the unwavering belief that together they could conquer anything. As the seasons changed in Elderville, the crisp, golden leaves gave way to a blanket of white snow, transforming the town into a winter wonderland. Laura's shop, vibrant with the colors of fabric, stood out against the stark white landscape. Inside, laughter and warmth radiated from the bustling sewing corners, where children learned to sew and adults honed their skills. It had become a sanctuary of creativity and camaraderie, a place where dreams were stitched together and hope flourished. "Look, Alara, I made this," shouted a young girl named Lily, holding up a small, unevenly stitched doll. Alara beamed, crouching down to meet her eyes. "It's beautiful, Lily. Each stitch tells a story, just like the ones we share," she praised, ruffling the girl's hair affectionately. The shop had become a hub where every person brought a piece of themselves to the table. Alara made it a point to listen and nurture their creativity, reminding each person that their voice mattered. As she walked through the shop, she spotted Ben, the local baker, kneading dough for the festive pastries he was preparing for the upcoming holiday fair. "Ben, are you going to teach me how to bake those famous gingerbread cookies this year?" Alara teased, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Ben laughed, flour dusting his nose. "Only if you promise to bring your sewing skills to the kitchen. I might need a few festive aprons to match." Alara's laughter joined his, echoing in the warmth of the shop. The joyous atmosphere filled her heart with gratitude. Just months ago, she had faced humiliation, and now she was surrounded by love and community. But as the holiday fair approached, Alara sensed a shift in the air. Lady Vivienne, despite her newfound connection with the community, had become withdrawn. The weight of her past still lingered like a shadow. Alara noticed the noble lady growing quiet at the gatherings, her laughter less frequent. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow through the shop window, Alara decided to visit Lady Vivienne. She arrived at the grand estate, feeling a mix of trepidation and determination. The guards greeted her with nods of recognition, and she found Lady Vivienne in her lush garden, her gaze lost in the distance. "Lady Vivienne," Alara called softly, stepping onto the cobblestone path. The lady turned, surprise etched on her face. "Alara, what brings you here?" Lady Vivienne asked, her voice a mix of warmth and concern. "I've missed your spirit at our gatherings. I wanted to check on you," Alara replied, stepping closer. "We were preparing for the holiday fair, and I thought you might want to join us." Lady Vivienne sighed, her shoulders slumping. "I appreciate your concern, but I feel like I don't belong among all of you. My past, it keeps haunting me." Alara shook her head. "Your past does not define you. You've shown kindness and forged connections that are beautiful. That's what matters. You belong with us." Lady Vivienne looked away, her eyes glistening. "I've always felt different, like I don't fit in anywhere. Even now, I am not sure I am ready to face everyone again." Alara stepped forward, her voice gentle. "None of us are perfect, Lady Vivienne. We've all struggled. It is our shared experiences that connect us. Please come to the fair. Let us show you how much you matter to us." After a moment of hesitation, Lady Vivienne nodded slowly, a flicker of hope igniting in her eyes. "All right, I'll try, but promise me, no judgment." "Promise," Alara replied, her heart swelling with conviction. As the day of the holiday fair dawned, the town was alive with excitement. Colorful stalls lined the streets, and the scent of roasted chestnuts and sugar cookies swirled in the chilly air. Alara and her team had worked tirelessly to prepare, and the shop was adorned with handmade decorations that reflected the spirit of community. Lily dashed up to Alara, her hands clutching a small wreath made of pine branches. "Look, Alara, I made this for you," she exclaimed, her eyes shining with joy. "It is perfect, Lily, thank you," Alara replied, her heart swelling with pride. "It will go right on the door of the shop." As the festivities began, laughter and music filled the air. Families gathered, sharing stories and savoring the delicious treats prepared by Ben and the townsfolk. Alara moved through the crowd, her heart soaring with every smile she received. Then she spotted Lady Vivienne approaching, her elegant dress flowing with grace, and her previously guarded demeanor replaced by a tentative smile. Alara rushed over, her face lighting up. "You made it." "I did," Lady Vivienne said, her tone softer than before. It feels good to be here." They walked together through the fair, sharing laughter and stories, slowly merging their worlds. As they joined a group of children decorating cookies, Lady Vivian's laughter rang out, transforming her presence into something brighter. "Can I help you with that?" Lady Vivian asked, kneeling beside a young boy struggling to pipe icing onto a cookie. The boy looked up wide-eyed. "You know how to decorate cookies?" "Of course, here. Let me show you," she said, guiding his little hands with a smile. Elara watched, her heart swelling with joy. Lady Vivian was embracing her place in the community, learning, sharing, and connecting. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the fair, Elara took to the small stage to address the crowd. "Tonight, we celebrate not just the season, but the strength of our community. Every challenge we faced brought us closer together." The crowd erupted in applause, and Elara felt a wave of warmth wash over her. "Let us continue to lift each other up, to create beauty together, and to remember that each of us has a story worth sharing." The cheers echoed around her, and she caught Lady Vivian's eye. The lady's smile radiated a sense of belonging, and Elara knew that she had found her place. As the fair concluded, the townsfolk gathered to share their dreams for the coming year. Each person spoke with passion, revealing aspirations that had once been hidden beneath layers of doubt and fear. "I want to open a pottery studio," exclaimed the shy woman from the back. "I'll help with the baking classes." Ben chimed in, his enthusiasm infectious. Elara took a deep breath and spoke up. "Together, let us create a community center where we can all share our talents, learn from each other, and support one another in our dreams." The crowd erupted with excitement, and Lady Vivian's eyes sparkled with determination. "I'll help organize it. We can host workshops, art classes, and even a small library." With renewed energy, the townsfolk spent hours discussing plans, brainstorming ideas, and forming committees. Elara felt alive with inspiration, her heart swelling with the realization that they were building something beautiful, a space that reflected the essence of their community. Days turned into months as the community center took shape. Elara, Lady Vivian, and the townspeople worked tirelessly, pouring their talents into creating a vibrant hub of creativity and connection. One evening, as Elara sat stitching a quilt for the center, Lady Vivian visited her in the shop. "Elara, I am so grateful for this journey we've taken together," she said, her voice filled with warmth. "I've learned so much about the power of kindness and community." Elara looked up, her eyes shining. "You've taught us all that it is never too late to change and embrace who we truly are. Thank you for being brave enough to join us." Lady Vivian smiled, her heart lighter than ever. "I realize now that it is in the connections we build that we find true wealth." As the grand opening of the community center approached, excitement filled the air. The space was alive with creativity, bursting with colors, laughter, and the spirit of togetherness. The townsfolk decorated with handmade crafts, and Elara's heart swelled with pride. On the day of the opening, the community gathered to celebrate. Elara stood side by side with Lady Vivian, looking out at the sea of familiar faces. "Today marks a new chapter for all of us," Elara announced, her voice steady. "Together, we've woven a tapestry of resilience and hope. Let us continue to support one another and create beauty in our lives." The crowd erupted into applause, and Elara felt as if their shared dreams had taken flight. The journey had transformed each of them, teaching lessons of vulnerability, kindness, and the beauty of human connection. As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the community center, Elara looked at Lady Vivian, who stood beside her, a smile lighting up her face. "We did it," she whispered. "Yes, we did," Lady Vivian replied, her eyes reflecting the warmth of shared accomplishments. In the heart of Elderville, a humble tailor and a once misguided lady had stitched together a community bound by love, resilience, and the unwavering belief that, together, they could conquer anything. And as Elara looked around, she knew that the journey of hope had only just begun. As winter settled over Elderville, the days grew short, and the night sparkled with the glow of twinkling lights strung from shop to shop. The town had transformed into a holiday wonderland where laughter echoed through the streets and the scent of cinnamon filled the air. The community center, a hub of creativity and connection, stood proudly at the heart of it all, and Elara could hardly believe how far they had come. Each morning, as Elara opened her shop, she was greeted by the joyous chatter of townsfolk gathered around the center, sharing stories, ideas, and dreams for the future. The warm glow of the center reflected a spirit of resilience, and Elara felt a sense of purpose swell within her. She had turned her once humble shop into a vibrant space where everyone was encouraged to express their creativity and share their talents. Elara had begun teaching sewing workshops for both children and adults, a way to pass on the legacy of craftsmanship her father had instilled in her. The first class had been a success, with eager faces stitched together by excitement and curiosity. "Miss Alara, look at my first stitch," young Lily exclaimed one afternoon, holding up her fabric with a mixture of pride and wonder. Alara knelt beside her, examining the crooked line of stitches. "It is perfect, Lily. Each stitch is a part of your journey," she said, her eyes twinkling with encouragement. "Just like in life, it doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful." Lily beamed, her confidence blossoming like the first flowers of spring. The workshops had become a safe haven where everyone felt valued, regardless of their skill level. Alara quickly learned that sewing was not just about creating garments, it was about weaving connections and instilling confidence. Meanwhile, Lady Vivian had fully embraced her new role in the community. Having shared her former disdain for those less fortunate, she became a beacon of kindness and generosity. She organized charity events, bringing together artists and performers to showcase their talents, all while raising funds for families in need. One day, as Alara was busy cutting fabric for a new project, Lady Vivian burst through the door, her cheeks flushed with excitement. "Alara, you won't believe what I've just set up," she exclaimed, her voice bubbling with enthusiasm. Alara looked up, her curiosity piqued. "What is it?" "We're hosting a winter festival right here in Elderville. There will be crafts, food, and live performances, all to benefit our community center." Lady Vivian's eyes sparkled with passion. "It is all hands on deck, and I need your creativity to help plan the sewing booth." Alara felt her heart race at the thought. "That sounds incredible, Lady Vivian. I'd love to help. It could bring everyone together for a wonderful cause." "Yes, and I'd like for you to be the centerpiece of the festival," Lady Vivian declared, her hands clasped together in excitement. "You've inspired so many, and I believe this is a perfect way to showcase your talent and engage the community." Alara felt a surge of warmth wash over her. She had never imagined being at the forefront of such an event. "I would be honored. Let us make it a day to remember." With newfound purpose, Alara and Lady Vivian began to plan the festivities. They met with local bakers, artisans, and musicians, rallying the community to participate. The excitement was palpable as the days flew by, each moment filled with laughter and anticipation. However, as the festival day approached, an unexpected challenge arose. A severe winter storm swept through Elderville, dumping heavy snow and freezing temperatures that left the town buried under a thick blanket of white. Alara's heart sank as she watched the snow fall, fearing the festival would be cancelled. "Oh no, what will we do?" she fretted, pacing the shop. "We've worked so hard to bring everyone together." Lady Vivian nodded, her expression serious yet determined. "We can't let this storm dampen our spirits, Alara. We must adapt. Let us pull together our resources and create an indoor festival at the community center." Alara's heart swelled with appreciation for Lady Vivian's unwavering resolve. "You're right, we can set up booths inside and use the library for performances. The community center will be a warm haven for everyone." With renewed energy, the pair rallied the townsfolk to help transform the community center into a winter wonderland. They worked tirelessly, setting up decorations of glimmering lights, festive wreaths, and tables laden with handmade crafts. As they decorated, laughter filled the air, creating a sense of camaraderie that warmed their hearts against the chill outside. On the day of the festival, the storm had subsided, leaving a crisp, white landscape that sparkled under the pale winter sun. As Alara entered the community center, her breath caught in her throat. The space glowed with cheer and laughter, a testament to the resilience of Elderville's people. "Welcome to the Winter Festival," Lady Vivian announced, her voice ringing with excitement as she greeted guests at the entrance. Alara joined her, feeling a wave of gratitude for the community that had come together in the face of adversity. As the festival unfolded, children giggled while decorating cookies, while adults shared stories and memories at the craft booths. Alara guided her workshop participants in sewing small gifts, encouraging creativity and teamwork. "Look at us, Alara," Lily said, holding up a tiny plush snowman. "We made this together." "It is beautiful, Lily. You've created something special," Alara replied, her heart swelling with pride. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting a golden hue across the center, the atmosphere buzzed with excitement. Local musicians took to the stage, filling the air with melodies that danced like snowflakes. Alara felt a deep sense of fulfillment as she watched her community come alive, laughter echoing off the walls. But amidst the joy, she noticed Lady Vivian standing at the edge of the crowd, her expression contemplative. Alara approached her, concern etched on her face. "Are you all right, my lady?" Lady Vivian sighed, her gaze distant. I feel so grateful for this community, Alara, but I can't help but think of my past and the people I once judged. It weighs heavy on me. Alara took a deep breath, empathy filling her heart. We all have a past, Lady Vivian, but what matters is how we choose to move forward. You've embraced change and you're making a difference here. That is what truly counts. A flicker of hope ignited in Lady Vivian's eyes. You were right. I've learned so much from you and everyone here. It's never too late to rewrite our stories. As they spoke, the music swelled around them and laughter filled the air. Alara could see that Lady Vivian was slowly letting go of her burdens, embracing the joy of the moment. Later that evening, as the festival reached its peak, Alara was invited to take the stage alongside Lady Vivian. As the crowd cheered, Alara felt a mix of nerves and excitement. Thank you all for coming tonight, Alara began, her voice steady yet filled with emotion. This festival is a testament to the strength of our community. We've faced challenges, but together, we've created something beautiful. The crowd erupted in applause, their spirits united in celebration. Remember, it is the kindness we show one another that truly shines bright in the darkest of times. Let us continue to uplift each other, to create and to dream. As the audience cheered, Alara caught Lady Vivian's eye, a silent acknowledgement passing between them. They had both grown together, they had become stronger, more compassionate women who understood the beauty of connection. The night drew to a close with a spectacular fireworks display, illuminating the sky with vibrant colors. Alara stood side by side with Lady Vivian, gazing at the explosions of light above. I never imagined I could feel so connected to my community, Lady Vivian said, her voice filled with wonder. Thank you for showing me the way. Alara smiled, her heart swelling with gratitude for the journey they had traveled together. And thank you for believing in us all. This is just the beginning of our shared story. As the last firework faded into the night sky, Alara knew that the spirit of Elderville would continue to shine brightly. Together, they would create a future filled with hope, resilience, and the unwavering belief that kindness could transform even the darkest of days. With each passing season, Alara and her community thrived, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. The lessons learned echoed through the town, leaving a legacy of compassion and connection that would inspire generations to come. And as Alara stitched together dreams, she knew that the beauty of the human spirit would always prevail, weaving a tapestry of hope that would endure through every storm.